Damn it, Fox, it's 2020. Why are you still named after the 20th century? Wait. Exciting, right? Alien and Aliens were awesome. We're seeing dark, scary space, and the title is a thing of beauty. Pop the up! I'm sure it only gets better from here.
Emergency escape.
Why so calm about this, announcer lady? Isn't this the time to get a little animated and let Ripley know some shit's going down? Huh, I guess it really is the quicker picker upper. This opening credit sequence is bullshit. We cut back and forth between the action and text so much that I might as well be watching a porn film in the silent movie era. We have talkies now, damn it. Yeah, but it's not that David Fincher. Obviously, the guy who directed Fight Club, The Social Network, Zodiac, and Seven wouldn't be responsible for this heap of trash. Probably like a Paul Thomas Anderson versus a Paul W.S. Anderson situation. Reading. Also, why does it have to be called Fiorina? Why not Ted's Space Prison? I could remember Ted's Space Prison. Rolls right off the tongue. Fiorina sounds like a new gastrointestinal supplement that might have side effects, including dry mouth and kidney failure. Holy that looks like Sigourney Weaver is stripped down to her bare necessities in an Alien movie cliche. Hey, remember those characters you fell in love with in the last Alien movie and we're so glad they survived? Well, we've killed all of them right off the bat except for Ripley. Hope that's cool. This movie dedicates more runtime than I remember to cleaning Ripley. I believe the sponge bath is in the director's cut. Why hasn't the facehugger moved at all? If the dog didn't show up, would it have just hung out on the escape pod the whole time?
A 337 model EEV crash landed here at 0600.
How is this dude taken seriously as a leader with that voice? He sounds like a combination of Brother Maynard's assistant from Holy Grail and the marriage priest from The Princess Bride.
It's in everybody's interest the woman doesn't come out of the infirmary until the rescue team arrives, and certainly not without an escort, right?
You know, the prisoners are right there, right? Andrews isn't even trying to lower his voice. Using this much alcohol before administering a simple injection.
I'm the chief medical officer here.
Here.
Fury 161. It's one of Weyland-Yutani's backwater work prisons.
Does Weyland-Yutani own every f***ing piece of space? I guess monopoly laws are a lot lighter in 2179.
This used to be a 5,000 convict facility.
Long before he worked with Aaron Sorkin, David Fincher was already working on his walk and exposit game.
How do you know my name?
It's stenciled on the back of your shorts.
He may be joking here, but if he's not, I'll note that if Back to the Future taught me anything, it's that identifying a person by the writing on their underwear is not the best way to discover their actual name.
And the girl.
She drowned in her cryotube.
I still can't believe Drown in Her Cryotube was what won the How Should Newt Die poll. I voted for Eaten by Jonesy. F***ing Newt.
Possible contagion.
What kind, exactly?
Cholera.
Cholera?
Ripley now suspects this might be the result of an alien on board after seeing the goo on Newt's cryotube. So why wouldn't she go ahead and make Clemens aware of this possibility? Even if she doesn't think he'll believe in the alien theory, she could say it's a parasite or something along those lines. Hiding info at this point makes zero sense.
You're disorientated.
Disorientated. Yes, I know it's technically a grammatically correct alternative way to say disoriented, but why add another f***ing syllable to that word and waste everyone's time? F***ing Brits. They do the same thing with aluminum, and I will never forgive them.
Open the chest. Careful.
Why the f*** aren't you telling them there could be a creature in there that could jump out and kill him?
We have to cremate the bodies.
Nonsense, we'll keep the bodies on ice.
There is the public health issue.
Good to know there will still be people pointlessly screaming about sensible public health in the late 22nd century. They're gonna f*** with the dog, aren't they? F*** you, movie. You never f*** with the dog. Has Old Yeller taught you nothing? And I blame you for I Am Legend. Andrews clearly didn't want Ripley walking around the facility any longer because the inmates might get terrible ideas. But it's perfectly fine for her to stand next to all of them at a funeral for people that none of them except Ripley even knew.
Their bodies have been taken from the shadow of far nights.
Typical preacher. Gets lazy with the eulogy and just starts misquoting Pat Benatar songs. He could have at least gone with Invincible or Hell is for Children. The crossfade got out of control for this shot. It's a funeral, not a William Shatner performance, damn it.
Nothing's certain.
Sure, nothing's certain, except that this franchise continues to exist, even though the last 4 movies have been charitably described as disappointment. That last one was a couple's retreat, for f***'s sake.
There's always a new life, a new beginning.
Literalism. I guess just like human babies, the aliens will all differ in size when they're born, but holy that is a huge alien. There's no way a dog that size was harboring that monstrosity for any amount of time, and when we see the dog's body, it emerged from a single hole. G.I. Ripley.
I tell you, it's weird. The only one to survive that crash was a woman.
Why is that weird? It's a crash. Surviving depends on position in the craft and other things that have zero to do with gender. Andrews is a dick and all, but the only thing he asked for was Ripley to not walk around the prisoners when she didn't have to. Clemens couldn't bring food to the infirmary. I guess the movie has to have some human conflict, but there are less contrived ways to go about it. Also, Ripley herself said she was going to be sick for a few weeks after waking up from cryosleep, but she's right as rain after a shave and a haircut, ready to yuck it up with Rock and the boys.
You see, we've got a good place to wait here. And until now,
no temptation.
So before now, there's been no temptation? Because there are also thieves and murderers to go along with the rapists. And no one has been tempted to murder anyone or steal anything? No one?
How do you like your new haircut?
It's okay.
Vanity. Definitely my favorite sin.
Attracted to me.
In what way?
In that way.
Damn it, no, it's lust. I forgot about lust. Lust is definitely my favorite sin. Yes, even if it involves the bad guy from Last Action Hero in Zool.
What are you doing there?
I know the lighting isn't the best. Hell, I'd say that about this entire movie, but come on, man. How would Thomas possibly mistake this big-ass xenomorph for his f***ing dog? Did she just feel a disturbance in the force?
I really appreciate your affections, but I am aware that they deflected my question.
Jesus Christ, when did this Alien movie turn into Red Shoe Diaries? I know Clemens is a suave cat, but has Ripley ever been this horned up in the franchise? Hell, she could have f***ed Michael Biehn in the last movie. A much better catch.
You're spoiling the mood.
Well, this movie has had one mood the entire time, and it's well past its expiration date, but I think the only way to spoil the mood would be if someone cracked even a partial smile, and that ain't gonna happen anytime soon with these depressing assholes.
Death was instantaneous. No
I take it he was pulled into the fan.
You think? But seriously, how has this not happened before, given how close you have to be to the fan to do this job? God damn it, stop touching weird with your bare f***ing hands! Even the inmates use gloves, you dick! You're a f***ing doctor!
You know, wandering around without an escort is really going to piss Superintendent Andrews off.
Maybe Clemens should have spoken up about that when she had to go fend for herself in the cafeteria.
I can point you in the right direction. I can't join you. I have a previous engagement.
Is it just me, or does Charles Dance deliver his lines about 35% too dramatically for this movie?
How would you like me to explain your sordid history to your newfound friend?
Blocking. Good thing they chucked Bishop on the trash heap with his hands sticking straight up for easy identification. Oh goody, 40 minutes in and we haven't had a single decent alien sequence, but we're getting an attempted rape scene. This movie is fun.
What the is doing there?
Have you seen how many candles there are in this compartment? 2 of them go out, and it gets your spidey sense all aroused? What the is doing that? I don't know, the air in the compartment? Also, is this saying the xenomorph is blowing these things out like a birthday cake? I guess he was born today, but that's some incredible lung capacity for an infant. This works. This asshole didn't see this until just now. You know what would make this actually creepy? If I had any clue where they are right now, or where the other dude got aliened, or where any of these tunnels lead. This movie has zero sense of space. Man, this xenomorph is sneaky as balls. What was it doing? Hiding in a ninja stance on the ceiling pipes, ready to pounce after these buttholes were good and scared? Aren't these things fast and strong? Do they need to employ stealth tactics?
Was there an alien on board?
If there was an alien on board, they really should have made one of those cheesy yellow decals and slapped it on the escape ship.
Is it on the Sulaco, or did it come with us in the EV?
It was with us all the way.
If he can detect that now, why couldn't they detect that then? Seems like that would have been a super important thing to check for before departing the place where you were attacked by a swarm of aliens.
What about dogs and rain?
Dude, I know we're not socially distancing at this point, but is it necessary to get this tight to have this conversation?
I'd like to talk to him about this dragon.
It's a dragon.
If they're talking about dragons, shouldn't Clemens be more interested in asking the questions?
Let me see if I have this correct, Lieutenant. It's an 8-foot creature of some kind with acid for blood, and it arrived on your spaceship.
Smarmy asshole in charge, smarmily and immediately dismisses obvious threat that will eventually kill him directly cliché.
And we're f***ed.
No, you're.
Dude, that was like 20 movie minutes ago. Try to keep up.
Perhaps I should give you one of my special cocktails.
Damn it, wasn't anyone paying attention when they got it on earlier? You know, while Clemens was playing footsie and drinking tea with Ripley, don't you think he could have paused at least briefly to wipe the massive amount of blood off Walter's face?
You're gonna die too?
What is it about psychotic patients that provokes filmmakers to always tell the protagonists they're going to die?
I was considered to be most promising, a man with a future.
Extraterrestrial skip! Earlier, this motherfucker used a ridiculous amount of alcohol to clean the injection site, but now, even though Ripley's been through a scrap heap, an assault attempt, and dealt with bishop goo, he's just ramming that in with impunity? They didn't hear it walk in at all? Is that asshole wearing ballet slippers or something? This image is so closely associated with this movie, I'm going to award it an honorary roll credits. We find out later why the alien didn't kill Ripley, but why did it let Rapey McRaperson in the straitjacket live?
Get that foolish woman back to the infirmary!
Not only is Andrews in perfect alien attack from the ceiling placement in the cafeteria, the alien knows exactly when to come down for perfect dramatic timing. Get this alien a contract quickly before Universal snags it for whatever movie they're making to rip off this one. I know this xenomorph is young, but someone should really let it know that it's an embarrassingly messy eater. That's probably the best part of the movie. So you'd think I'd remove a sin, but I reiterate, this is probably the best part of the movie. Oh man, they made this poor asshole mop up leftover Andrews and put up all these chairs by himself. How is this important?
What do we do now? Who's in charge?
The answer to this question has always been and always will be Charles. Charles is in charge.
Nothing much works here.
Movie predicts its own critical response with a line of actual dialogue.
It's clean as a whistle inside.
This is the only way, in or out.
That's right.
So where'd the other inmates go? I thought they were super hard to learn the plan, but once they actually start the planning, they pieced out. It's almost like everyone involved in this thing lost interest around the 1 hour mark.
Why should we put our ass on the line for you?
The characters in this movie have amazing cases of selective amnesia. Just 3 minutes ago, Rock was asking Ripley if she could lead them against the alien, and now he's manufacturing conflict right before the plan is enacted. Why? Seriously, why is this movie? This is a less essential Alien movie than Covenant, and I shudder to even say that.
It's like a lion, sticks close to the zebras.
But I learned on the historically accurate Jungle Cruise at Disneyland that the lions are always just protecting the sleeping zebras. And now I'm wondering what other lies Skipper Chet told me. Maybe the longest river in the world doesn't really go on for miles and miles and miles. Why, Chet? Why?
There's definitely something in here with us.
And it's nice enough to wait till you can set all your traps up before attacking. These aliens have gotten way more considerate by the third film. They're doing stuff, planning things, liquids and solids and me. I have no f***ing clue what's happening in this montage. Just move along to the xenomorph beating ass and Ripley having her Terminator 2 moment, will ya?
Get down!
Everyone survives this. I mean, I think everyone does. It's so hard to see in this movie that as long as I see Ripley and Dylan, I assume everyone else is alive. How does all this on the EEV still work? They sure as hell wouldn't be able to fix anything at the facility since 85 said earlier,
We've got a lot of technology, no way to fix it.
It's real fuzzy.
Hit enhancement.
hey man, if there's going to be a zoom and enhance cliche up in this franchise, it should be the movie that was directed by the guy that did Blade Runner. Also, I'm watching a goddamn ultrasound in real time. At what should be the climax of the movie. It has a lot of flaws, but the most glaring one is how boring it is. Apparently the enhancement didn't work, since it still looks like we're watching blurred porn on a hotel TV from 1988. I've heard in a lot of writers' rooms they have a list on a wall that details all of the things they refuse to do on their television show or movie. There should have been one for this movie, and number 1 on that list should have been, do not f***ing have Ripley be impregnated with a f***ing alien. Considering these outside shots look so shitty, I can't figure out why they ever cut to them. They add 0 to the story. Every single exterior shot looks like Jason X took a all over Space Quest 4.
Maybe I'll go find it. See how smart it is.
Don't you get the feeling that Sigourney Weaver wants this movie to be over as much as we all do in the audience? Me waiting to see the 3 little dots come up on the iPhone whenever I text someone.
Don't be afraid. I'm part of the family.
Cajoling your alien. At least that's what I called it when I was in middle school and my mom told me it was definitely a sin. Man, why do all these alien movies have to be so freaking moist?
I have one inside of me. It's a queen, an egg layer.
How the did Ripley see that level of detail from that fuzzy-ass picture? That looked like the background of a Spike Jonze music video from the 90s. There is not a single person watching this movie thinking that Dylan is going to kill Ripley here. So this scene has no suspense no matter how high you turn up that score. This scene is a prison cell of lies.
You're not a believer. You're a company man.
It really feels like 90% of this movie is characters arguing about killing the alien, and 3% is spent actually trying to kill the alien. Oh, the other 7% is Gosford Park and Gorillas in the Mist boning.
They killed my mates too!
This goes on for every last bit of some time.
When they first heard about this thing, it was crew expendable. The next time they sent in Marines.
Previously on Alien.
Where are you gonna be?
I'll be around,
What about the others? Where are they?
praying.
Well, sounds like an excellent plan then. Should we go ahead and order the celebratory pizza now? I guess it may be part of the point of this place to be spatially confusing, but everything looks the same. It's like the set designer got a really good deal on burnt sienna-colored paint at Home Depot and decided to buy all of it. Just want to point out that this movie had a budget of $50 million in 1992. Xenovision! Cat calling.
All they have to do is run down a damn corridor. Stay here.
Why do they even have to run down those damn corridors? Dylan pointed out correctly that they could use Ripley to their advantage because the alien won't kill her. So f***ing use her already and stop playing this weird version of tag. Are you sure? Because this alien sure seems to be taking its sweet-ass time dramatically killing fools instead of trying to find its way out of the tunnel system. Why'd they park so far away? The facility has to have a docking station, right? And someone said earlier that it's like negative 40 degrees out.
Kevin! Don't struggle!
Is Dylan really asking Kevin not to struggle while he is trying not to be eaten by a f***ing alien? Okay, swear to God, this is a new character we've never seen before. They all look pretty much the same because of the shaved heads, but I thought I knew who most of them were. It's Rock, the florist, the tiny angry dude with the bad accent, the kid with the prison tattoo, the guy that looks like Varys, the tall ugly guy, massive head wound Harry, and the company man. That should be it, man. This is a new character created just so the alien can eat one more motherfucker before it got iced. The f*** is this thing doing right now? A complicated lasso routine? If the alien's stuck, scared of Ripley, recording a TikTok? So Dylan stays behind to hold the alien in the lead bay, but he knows Ripley's got a much more dangerous situation inside of her. What's the deal with the sacrifice if the alternative is even worse? So I guess the idea here is that water is mixing with the hot lead and making the exoskeleton brittle. Eventually, the increased internal pressure would cause the alien to explode. However, for this to work, the alien would have to be literally burning alive inside the outer shell. So the fact that it's still jumping around like a fucking spider monkey is bonkers as hell and pretty much bull.
The company sent me here to show your friendly face, to demonstrate how important you are to us, to me.
Wayland Yutani knows how the gestation works, right? I mean, it's been almost a century since the first chest burster. Why wouldn't they just wait around for Ripley to give birth, which should happen any minute, and just capture the little gal as soon as she comes out?
What are you doing?
Trust falls? Mazel tov, it's a girl! Morse got to be the last one standing? Morse? If only it were true.
I'm so scared I'm getting itchy all over!
Sometimes we get bored with nitpicking movies to death. Yo, Chris, answer your damn phone. I have some to say to you about this Pete's Dragon bullshit you made me watch. Stop screening my calls. There's so much other sin in the world. So, a few years ago, we decided to point the old sin counter at those delightful nuggets of pop artistry music videos.
F*** off.
What?
What?
That's right. For all of your pop star mockery needs, we have Music Video Sins. The format is just what you get in CinemaSins, but on this channel, you get to see the mortal sins of accomplished musicians like Jake Paul, Ariana Grande, Miley Cyrus, DJ Khaled, and Cardi B. And while you're there, scroll through our back catalog for choice bits from Taylor Swift, Jason Derulo, Meghan Trainor, Camila Cabello, and much more. Subscribe today for more laughs than you can handle. Check out Music Video Sins now.
That's what I want you to do!
NASA hates fire.
There was one survivor, 2 dead, and a droid that was hopelessly smashed beyond repair.
Oh Lord, bless this thy hand grenade.
General, we've spilled the same blood in the same mud. You know goddamn well I can't give that order.
Your unit is covered from an elevated position, Commander. I'm not gonna ask again. Don't do anything stupid.
I can see that it's pointless talking to you, Mr. Yarrow.
Why do you insist on mispronouncing my name, leaving the J silent? My name is Gerald with a J.
Yes, I know.
I haven't been like that since grade school.
Sit down.
I think it might be better if I left.
If God was a villain, he'd be me.
Hello there! Anyone? Can someone call an ambulance? I'm in quite a lot of pain.
Please destroy me. I feel nothing but pain.
You're gonna die too.
It's got a death curse.
I did him the chemical way. Gave your mother a taste.
You keep telling me I dumb I am. I'm smart, not like everybody says. Like dumb.
We're going to live on. We're going to survive. Today, we celebrate